Hey y'all, it's Casey. Today I'm going to be working with some crushed glass I got from Walmart, and I'm using the gold, it's by Plaid, the pink, the turquoise, and the blue. I'm using a couple of my really old molds that have yellowed and some white pigment paste. I've mixed the gold and the pink together and the blue and the teal together. I'm also going to be working with Oasis, Chalcedony, both by Bling It, Primrose. It's a resin art pigment. And Pink Mink, which is also a resin art pigment. I'm also going to be working with Golden Paint and Glass Wing. They are both Bling It pigments as well. I've waited for my resin to heat to 33 degrees Celsius, and I've mixed in my white pigment, and I've also mixed my resin in with my crushed glass. And I'm just going to take the crushed glass and go around the edges of each of the molds. This is an old ashtray mold. I've had it forever, and you can see it was really yellowed, but I wanted to see if it would still have a glossy effect or if I just needed to move on and let it go. And this one, I'm just going to put it around the edges again. This is the gold and the pink. I love the mixture. I think it's gorgeous. And after I get all this in place, I'm just going to add some clear resin into the center of both of these molds. I've decided I wanted to do a bloom in the center, so I have to wait for my resin to heat up to 33 degrees Celsius before I pour. You want a thicker consistency, a warmer consistency. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes for your resin to get to the proper temperature. So if you do not have a thermometer, maybe that will help you in making blooms. And I also just poured my white pigment paste over into my bag and tied it off, cut off the edges, and cut off the tip. And I test my line on a piece of paper towel to make sure it's thick enough. Now I'm just going to draw in my blooms, my flower designs. Once I get my flower design drawn, I'm just going to go in with my dotting tool and I'm going to draw my flower shapes. Once I'm happy with that, all I'm going to do is let it set for 24 hours and cure. Now, I'm just going to take my leftovers and I'm going to pour it into this little flower mold. I had a little bit of the crushed glass left over of the pink and the gold, and I thought how cute would that look as a keychain. Now, this is the next day. I'm going to mix in all of my pigments that I showed you at the beginning of the video. This is the Primrose. This is the Pink Mink. I love that Pink Mink. That is just gorgeous. It really is beautiful. This is the Glass Wing. This is the Golden Peach. The Golden Peach is really, really pretty. I love the Golden Peach. And then this one is the Chalcedony. Look at that. That is really pretty. And then, last but not least, is the Oasis. Oasis is one of my favorite blues. I just love that sky blue color. Now, I'm just going to put in some clear resin in both of the trays. I want a layer of clear resin in the bottom. I was hoping I would get some cell action or some crackling, something like that going on by adding a clear layer. But the clear layer is not something you have to do. You could, at this point, just pour your colors. I'm just going to pour them in a ring style fashion and just intermix all of the colors, hoping to see a little bit of each color in the background of the flower. And after I get all my colors poured in, I'm just going to let it set for another 24 hours, and then it'll be time to demold these beautiful trays. Now, it is time to show you guys how these came out. Loving this one. It is really pretty, and The other one came out pretty good as well. It's not as glossy as I would like, so this mold is definitely done. I don't believe that it needs to hold on, but it still had a great gloss considering how old it was. I mean, that's about a 4-year-old mold that hasn't been properly taken care of by no means. But you can see it is dull in places and it does have little chipped areas, so it is time for it to move on. But I love both of these trays, and well, one's an ashtray, one's a tray. I love them both, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please take the time to do so. See you guys on the next video. Have a beautiful, blessed day.